And what's happening? Y'all already know how we do. Episode 17. Let's get it. All right, yeah. We back. That was switched by myself and my Brody FMF Grids, Presidential Grids. Y'all check that out on all streaming platforms. And y'all know we start the show with that. We start every show with that. I'm waiting for my bro to call in, but we got a good show for y'all today. Sorry we couldn't do it on Monday, this past Monday, this past Friday. I was on the West Coast, so the time difference was a little different. But I'm back this week, and Big Goat, he couldn't be here. Unfortunately, he had a family emergency, so we got my other bro in. He filling in for Big Goat this Monday on episode 17, and we're gonna call this one Dame to the Bucks. But we're gonna start our show with some NFL talk. And just so y'all know, today's show, we're going to do an NFL Week 4 recap. We're going to talk about the Dame Lillard trade. We're going to talk a little bit about the MLB playoffs, the WNBA playoffs and finals. And then we just going to do a little bit of recent news. And we're going to be out. And while we doing the show all at the same time, kind of watching the game in the background, the Giants and the Seahawks game. So for y'all who aren't watching it or didn't watch it, you know what I'm saying, or the games this past week in Week 4, we'll keep y'all updated. But right now, the Seahawks winning 14-3, third quarter, about a little less than 12 minutes left in the third. But all right, I got my Brody in here. I got the lock. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
All right. We're gonna start it with a little bit of a recap for Week 4. So, yesterday, basically Sunday. I hope y'all watched the games, but just in case you didn't, we're gonna keep y'all updated with a little quick recap. So, how many games did you get to see yesterday?
Me?
Yeah.
Man, I got a setup on the back porch, so I watched about 3 games at a time. I watched as many as I could. Saturday, I watched probably like 12. I watched most of the 1 o'clocks yesterday. Caught a few 4 o'clocks. I missed the night game.
Word. Okay. Yeah, the night game, it was a good game. It was a close one, too. I was surprised because Zach Wilson was out there doing his thing. I was like, yeah, they set up a good game plan for him this game, and he wasn't looking like some trash out there. He was making the right reads. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing the ball right. He had his passes where he was, overthrowing people. You know what I mean? But, for the most part, he was on point. So, he was looking okay. But the Chiefs still ended up winning 23-20. It was a close game. Pat Mahomes came in with the run for the first down to kind of like seal it in the fourth. But what did you think of the game yesterday? Who was you going for? I know you be putting in bets. Who you bet for?
Man, I thought yesterday was a tough, bad beat for the Kansas City bettors. Man, you got a guy coming down right there at first and goal. He gets the first down, kneels out the game. Spread is at 8.5. They end up not covering the spread, obviously. If they get that touchdown, they do go ahead and cover the spread. So, I thought it was a tough beat for any of our Kansas City bettors. It's hard to take New York right now. You see what they've been doing. And so, the public was heavy on Kansas City yesterday. So definitely a big win for Vegas, in my opinion. I think Mahomes is going to get it done. And historically, the Jets just don't. So I think that's a story that's been going on since the beginning of time. So not surprised about the outcome, but definitely a tough bad beat for the Kansas City game. I actually wasn't on that game last night. I stayed away from it. I've seen some funny things have been happening down in New York. With the Jets at home this year, you saw him walk off earlier this year on 9/11. And that was a crazy game. So you just kind of got to be mindful of those guys this year. And I've just kind of stayed away from them. But yeah, I hope they get it together out there. I hope Aaron Rodgers can come back stronger than he was.
What was the craziest game you saw yesterday?
Yesterday,
Yeah.
man, it had to be the Texans, man. No, hold on. Who the Denver coming back? That was wild. That was wild. I mean, Justin Fields rooting for him. I want him to do his thing. I want him to come out, look good. He came out really early. I was surprised with the Bears jumping out like that. Denver coming back and winning the game. I thought that was really interesting. They're probably one of the bigger stories and a great second half turnaround.
Facts. Denver won 31 to 28 in the final. Denver put up 17 points in the fourth quarter. Russell Wilson had 3 TDs. He was 21 for 28, 223 yards. So he was efficient like a motherfucker. But Justin Fields threw for 335, 4 TDs and 1 interception, 28 for 35. Both of them missed about 7 passes. So that was pretty good for Justin Fields, but he had that fumble. You know what I'm saying? I saw that, and he had the interception. So, just little mistakes that could have been avoided that they could have won the game, I feel like. But
I think he's still finding himself. I'm going to be honest. I think Justin Fields can turn out to be a really good quarterback in this league, but I think he's still finding himself. He doesn't know who he is right now. You see one game he comes out and he rushes 11, 12 times. Next game he rushes 3, 4 times. He doesn't know what he wants to do. I don't know if the game plan is built around him. He's complained about that a little bit. I don't know if that helped the situation. But I definitely think he could put it all together and he could become a good quarterback out here.
Yeah, I feel like he's scared, man. He's scared. Like his coach and his offensive line ain't really there to protect him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he feel like he just out there just like a crash dummy. So you know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe they'll get him some. Next year they'll get him some more protection, and then he'll feel comfortable back there to where we can really see him blossom, like you said, and really feel comfortable back there to where he ain't feel like he always kind of like gotta run for his life. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I got a question for you, man, about yesterday and really this season so far. Joe Burrow. I mean, what are we seeing from him right now? What's going on?
I'm gonna blame it on the calf. I'm blaming it on the calf. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm blaming it on, the injury. He still ain't got, you know what I mean? His offensive line ain't really got no better like that. You know what I mean? He's still getting hit back there. But that's off that's his planting leg, right? You know what I'm saying? So what they call it, your throwing leg. But I don't know. I feel like that's what's going on with Joe. Joe's still Joe. Joe Cool still Joe Cool. But he just got to get over this injury, and in the meantime, they got to get him some more protection up front. That's how I feel about it. So
yeah, I agree. I'm almost thinking he might need to sit down. I mean, this has been a terrible start to the season. Bengals are 1-3.
Yeah, it is. I think they lose 2 more games, then they gonna sit them down.
I agree. I think that conversation is starting to happen in the locker room now.
Yeah. Because there ain't no point. They just gave him the bag. Ain't no point for him about to risk it. You know what I'm saying? Getting hurt even more. And they just gave him the bag. But You know what I mean? Speaking of Joe Burrow, they ended up losing their game to the Titans. Derrick Henry was running all over them. He threw for a passing touchdown. I was like, who is this guy? That was an ugly throw. It should have been picked, to be honest, if my boy could have jumped high enough. But yeah, they end up winning, like I said, 27-3. Titans 2-2. All the Bengals could do was kick a field goal. Joe Burrow was 20 for 30, 165. Tannehill was 18 for 25, 240, one tub, one pick. Joe Mixon, 14 carries, 67 yards. Jamar Chase, 7 receptions, 73 yards. DeAndre Hopkins had 4 receptions, 63 yards. And Derrick Henry had 122 yards, 22 carries, a touchdown, and a throwing touchdown. So my only thing with the Tennessee Titans is I think they just need to. I don't know why they still believing in Tannehill. Let the young boy get some time in, man. Like let him get some reps in or something. Like stop playing with the young boy. I think he gonna be better. They got 2 young boys under Tannehill, right? What's my boy name? Malik, right? Is his name Malik? Well, I can't remember these niggas' name. Will Levis, and what's the black guy name that's also played quarterback? I'm fried. I can't even remember his name. But yeah, yeah, they got Will Levis back there. Yeah, Malik Willis. That's what it is. Malik Willis. Let him get let them get some shine, man. Like I don't really like. I'm not a Tannehill fan, to be honest with you. But
They definitely need a spark out there. I was happy that, you know, Derrick Henry was able to eclipse 100 yards for the first time this season. He's really been struggling, in my opinion, this season. I don't know if it's because of the lack of touches or just because, you know, in general, he just hasn't had the carries or the yardage that we've been accustomed to over the past few years.
You got him on your fantasy?
No, I don't have a fantasy team this year. I got out of my league. It was just too much. They had I think we had like 7 keepers about this year, and it was just like the draft became all about learning all of the people who nobody knows, right? You know, are rookies.
Yeah. Our draft went like that. Our draft was wide receiver based. But yeah, I got Derrick Henry, old bum ass. He ain't been doing shit for me except for this Sunday. But yeah, so that was
like McCaffrey though, right? I think did Christian McCaffrey lead the board this year for this week for running backs?
You know it. He had 4 tubs. So Christian McCaffrey did his thing, even though they let the Cardinals kind of score on him a couple times. Cardinals 16-35. But like I said, Christian McCaffrey had 4 tubs. And Brock Purdy only threw for 1 tub. But yeah, am I mistaken? Did he only have 3? Maybe 3 tubs. I apologize. Josh Dobbs had 2 tubs. You know what I'm saying? He threw for 265. But yeah, Brandon Ayuk, he had a good game too. So he caught 6 passes, 1 for 148, and they beat the Cardinals 35-16. Who else was it? A crazy game. I really thought the Patriots was gonna put up more of a fight against the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys got the little defense or whatever. I really thought they was gonna do more. I thought Zeke.
I didn't hear you.
Zeke.
I didn't hear you.
Huh?
You said the Cowboys got their little what or whatever?
Got their little defense.
Oh, my bad. And I actually thought Philly was gonna do a better job.
Yeah, I thought we was gonna do a better job against Washington too, but hey, we still 4-0. I'll take that. You feel me? I will take that.
I think Dallas looked good. I think Dallas looked really good. I was impressed, even as a Cowboy fan. That wasn't what I was expecting out of that game. I thought it was going to be a lot closer. especially considering the last time those two teams played, they walked off in overtime with a CeeDee Lamb touchdown. I thought Bill Belichick was going to remember that, and that it was going to be a closer game. But all in all, I expected the Cowboys to get the win. So it turned out to be really good. I was surprised at that, and I was pleased at the Cowboys outcome.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I was very disappointed. Mac Jones, he threw 2 picks. You know what I'm saying? Stevenson, he only had 30 yards. Zeke, he ain't really do nothing. I was very disappointed. But
I mean, I expected Zeke to come out with a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
You know, but it just shows to me why he's not in Dallas anymore, because he doesn't have it. That's all. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna slander Zeke. I was never a big Zeke fan. I think he took a lot of rushing and some good years away from Pollard that we could have, had a lot better ground attack. But I expected a lot more out of Zeke.
Yeah, but I expect a lot more out of Tony Pollard. I ain't really been seeing him do too much.
I do. I agree with that as well.
I'm like, what you been doing, bro? Like, I ain't really been seeing you take over. I thought you're supposed to be the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but maybe you was the one because you had fresh legs, and Zeke was really the plow horse. You know what I'm saying? But that's another topic, another combo for another day. You know what I'm saying? I don't like no Cowboys. We also, like I said, the Eagles win the overtime against the Commanders. Now, the Commanders surprised the hell out of me. I'm not going to lie. Sam Howell, when it was crunch time, that boy was on point. You know what I'm saying? He was on point with them passes. He led them all the way down the field with, like, because we had the ball with, you know what I'm saying, all the way down to the 2-minute mark. And what we do, instead of, pounding the ball like we usually do and then just kicking the field goal at the end, what Jalen Hurts do? He threw a daggone, I think it was like a 40-yard pass or something like that to AJ Brown in the end zone for a touchdown. And I'm like, why did he do that? And lead them with like a minute, and I think they had like a minute and 24 seconds or something like that. Sam Howell led them all the way down the field for a touchdown. And then we had to go to OT, and they got the ball first. I was like, oh, man, they scored a touchdown. It's over for us. But they ended up punting it, and we went all the way down the field and scored it. So, kicked the field goal. So, Jake Elliott with the leg. My boy got that super duper bionic leg. You know what? Big Goat got him in fantasy. He be getting him like at least 15 points a game. I'll be like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, the right kicker definitely can give you some good value in the fantasy world.
Shit, wow. But yeah, he ended up saving the day for us like he do. Panthers and Vikings. Panthers just need to go ahead and sit my boy down for a little bit. It's good experience for him, but I think he need to watch Andy Dalton for like a couple games. You know what I'm saying? A couple more games. And you know what I'm saying? Let him see how he run things. He fresh to the NFL, and he little as shit, man. He even look little on TV. I'm like, yo, why he ain't look this small in Alabama? But I guess he was. But nigga look little as shit on TV. I'm like, what y'all supposed to do with that? But
I mean, I honestly. You honestly see the importance of size once you see a player stand behind the offensive line, and especially an NFL offensive line, where you're seeing players at 6'7", 6'6", right? To get over those guys is a task.
Nigga got little hands. They be knocking the ball out his hand. I'd be like, come on, bro. But you know what I'm saying, I'm not even really a Panthers fan. I just live in Charlotte, so. You know what I mean? If the Panthers lit, then the city be lit. You feel me? So
yep.
But who else we got? We got the Panthers and not the Panthers, the Lions and the Packers. and that was a pretty good game. Jared Goff had 210, a tub and a pick. Jordan Love had 246, a tub and two picks, and that's what did it for him. David Montgomery, he was supposed to be questionable this game. I set his ass down because I thought he was going to be questionable in fantasy. He ended up getting three tubs, 121 yards, had like 30 something points for me in fantasy. I still ended up winning, but I was mad. I could have had more. Feel me? Romeo Dobbs did his thing for the Packers. You know what I'm saying? But that's all they really had was Romeo Dobbs, and Montgomery was just running all over them boys. So yeah, Packers lost 34-20. Packers 2-2. Lions 3-1. The Lions that I grew up, they were always trash like the Browns, but they always had Barry Sanders or Megatron, you know what I'm saying? But let's see, the Jags and the Falcons, that was like an early morning game. I think that one came on like 9:30 in the morning or something. It was the Toy Story game. Did you watch that one?
I went back and watched some Toy Story highlights. It wasn't for me, but I like that they made it more accessible to the kids.
Yeah, I like that they did that. You know what? I think they got that idea from like the NHL. You ever seen the show called Big City Greens, the little cartoon?
I haven't.
They got a little cartoon called Big City Greens. The NHL did a game like that with the Big City Greens characters, and it was a cartoon. It aired in one of their showtimes, and it aired at the same time as the hockey game. So they had the Big City Greens to try to get more kids into it. So like I think they're gonna start doing that a lot more with like baseball games, basketball. They're gonna start doing that a lot more to try to get the kids more into it too. But they need that, especially like in hockey and like baseball, to get the ratings up some more. But
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's cool, definitely, to get kids into the sports. I think kids are deviating away from the sports, and you're seeing them more into that like interactive gaming space. And so whatever to translate real sports into that, I think is a pretty awesome way of exposing.
yeah, because you know what, I feel like because it's different now. You can make money sitting on your couch being like some of the best game players in the world. You know what I mean? You can make a salary, like enough money to live like what people make on their salary for that. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? If I can get paid over 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, if I'm the top player, I'm making over 100,000 just to be the best at NBA 2K. You know what I'm saying? Or be the best at Madden NFL, be one of the top 25 players in the world. Like,
Right.
bro, that's pretty good. But yeah, that was an early game. Jaguars end up winning 23-7. Falcons 2-2, Jags 2-2. Trevor Lawrence had 207 in the tub. Desmond Ritter had a tub, two picks. Bijan Robinson had a $105. He did his thing. But it wasn't enough. So who else we got? The Ravens and the Browns. I watched that game. Lamar was getting them running touchdowns. I appreciate him for that because he in my fantasy. He threw one to Mark Andrews too. No, matter of fact, he threw two to Mark Andrews, but he did get a rushing touchdown. Yeah, and Deshaun Watson ain't even start. Thompson Robinson started. He just threw three picks. He was just throwing it in the air. He got a strong arm, but he wasn't reading the defense. So they lost 28-3. Who am I missing? Rams came back on the Colts. And it went to OT, and the Rams won 29-23. The Rams, my bad. The Rams didn't come back on the Colts. The Colts came back on the Rams, but the Rams ended up winning 29-23. Matt Stafford threw for 319. This new dude, Puka Nakua, my boy, nice. Breaking all the records.
I was
AR,
surprised that the Colts put up a fight in that second half, but the Rams definitely still pulled it out.
right. AR 15, as Big Goat call him, or Anthony Richardson, as I call him. He had 200 yards, 2 tubs, so he was doing okay. And he back from that. I think he was in concussion protocol or something like that. But he back. And yeah, who else am I missing? Just another update on the score. It's 2 minutes left in the third. Seahawks still up 14-3. Giants got the ball first and goal at the Seahawks 6. Look like, let me turn on the game, see if they about to score real quick.
No, pick six.
Oh, damn.
Pick six.
Damn, Daniel. And he returned, 97-yard return. Why y'all throw the ball on the 6-yard line? Y'all got Saquon Barkley.
He's out today.
He out.
They got Matt Breida. Right now, Daniel Jones is leading the rushing yards, 8 carries for 46 yards.
Well, let him keep running that motherfucker, not throw it. What is he best at? His legs.
Yeah, he ran it on first, got one. Second down, he threw it.
And need to do the what they call it, the tush push, like my boy Jalen. And you know what I mean, try that. Maybe he don't bench enough or something. I don't know. Anyway, the shocking game for me, I really thought the Dolphins was gonna put up more points than that. The Dolphins end up losing. They no longer are undefeated. They lost 48-20 to the Bills. The Bills was just, man, Josh Allen threw for 4 tubs, 320. He only missed 4 passes, 21 for 25. Tua had a tub and a pick, 282. Tyreek ain't even have a touchdown. Stephon Diggs had 3 tubs. He had that one play where he spun on 2 receivers and then took it all the way up the sideline to the crib. I mean,
Yeah, I think I lost you for a second. My bad, though.
it's cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But yeah, it was just that surprised me. I thought the Dolphins was gonna put up more points, but like I said, they lost 20-48 to the Bills. Chargers and the Raiders. Raiders end up beating the Chargers 24-17. The Raiders are 1-3. Devontae Adams is more than frustrated. He ready to get up out of there. And this wasn't really too good of a game. You know what I'm saying? Justin Herbert threw for a touchdown, had 167 yards. Josh Jacobs had a tub for the Raiders, but it wasn't really too much of a game for me. And what we on the last game? Second to last game? Panthers. I keep saying the Panthers. The Bucks and the Saints. Bucks end up winning 26-9. For all y'all that didn't believe in Baker Mayfield like myself, shut up. Baker Mayfield, 246 yards, 3 tubs. He did throw a pick though. Derek Carr only 127 yards, no tubs. Only thing the Saints did was kick field goals, and which wasn't enough. So shouts out to Baker Mayfield. I guess you found somebody that believe in you. I don't believe in you still, but you know what I mean? Keep proving me wrong. You know what I mean? Who else we got? I think that was it. Oh yeah, the Texans and the Steelers. You did say something about the Texans and the Steelers, but again, they lost. The Steelers lost 6-30, and C.J. Stroud was throwing all over them. He threw for 306, 2 tubs. Kenny Pickett only threw a pick, and yeah, they was the Texans had a good game. The boys was doing their thing. So yeah, that's how that was basically the recap, the NFL recap for the day. And hold on, one more.
Okay, so I dropped up out of there somehow.
Wow, nah, this shit froze. Shit even kicked me out. I'm like, what the fuck? Again, kicked me out on my show earlier, but I hope that it got all of that, recorded all of that. Anyway, like I said, the Texans beat the Steelers 30-6. That won't too much of a game, but yeah. Update on the score. About to be the end of the third quarter. Seahawks up 21-3 on the New York Giants, and we're gonna get into two songs. Oh, was there anything else you wanted to touch on about the recap for week 4?
Nah, I'm good for week 4. I thought it was another good week of football. I'm looking forward to week 5.
All right. We're gonna get into two songs, and then we will be right back with some Dame Lillard talk. I appreciate y'all tapping in. You laughing, nigga? Did this nigga just? Did this nigga? All right. So we back. And if you're just tuning in, we just did the NFL Week 4 recap, and I was just trying to keep everybody updated on the game as well. But we're gonna talk a little bit about this Dame Lillard trade to the Bucks before we get into some more music, and we can get a chance to talk about it when it happens. So we had to wait for our show, but yeah. So Dame Lillard been traded to the Bucks. Miami didn't happen, unfortunately. I know everybody had their heart set on Miami like Dame Lillard did. Like he going to Miami, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Seems like the Blazers was a little bit salty about Dame wanting to leave. According to Chris Haynes, Dame came through the training and everything, to go meet with the teammates, to work out with the team. He said the owner of the team, the GM, ain't nobody say nothing to him. They just been acting real, I'm not sure the word that I want to use, but they just been falling back off of Dame and ain't been saying nothing to him. And so Dame was like he was ready to go into the season with the Blazers. But unfortunately, as loyal as Dame has been, he didn't get what he wanted, but he at least got traded to a contender, which was the Milwaukee Bucks. So to me, in my eyes, that was better than the Heat. I know he probably wanted that Heat culture, you know what I'm saying? But, what I mean? He would Giannis, they still got Chris Middleton. They still got Brooke Lopez. I mean, like what more could you want? So it was a 3-team trade, trade with the Suns, the Bucks and the Blazers, of course. And basically DeAndre Ayton was the big name in the trade. So DeAndre Ayton got sent to Portland. 3 picks. A first rounder for I believe next year, and 2 for 2027, 29. And Drew Holiday is gone as well, along with like Grayson Allen, and some other people, but I was just very surprised about the trade because, like everybody else, I thought he was going to Miami, and he ended up going to the Bucks. I'm even happier about it though that he is going to the Bucks because, like I said, they're an actual contender, and he on the East. I mean, like who he got to worry about other than like Boston? You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe Philly, but I don't know how James Harden gonna act. Reports are that he recently threw a party with Daryl Morey is a liar signs at the party. So I mean, I don't know how he feeling about going in the next season, but let's be honest, like the Bucks was always a contender with Drew Holiday, and that's all they gave up, and they got Dame Lillard. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how you feel about that, the trade. You gotta press the mic button. It's, I apologize.
First of all, I feel like I can't let you slander the Heat. The fact that you didn't mention them as a contender is slander, in my opinion. They've proven time and time again that they can get there. They can do what it takes, to get there.
Now I forgot who they picked up. Who did they pick up in the offseason?
Well, I gotta go back and revisit the Heat roster. But while we on the Bucks, what I'm gonna say is the Bucks are looking like a championship, contender for sure. I think they can get there. Honestly, they've been a piece. It's hard for me to say they've been a piece away when they've won a chip. But I think lately they've been running up into the Heat is who their issue has been, right? Heat's knocked them out twice. I think maybe with Lillard they can get over the hump. If they should be able to get through the East. I do think if they have to run up against the Heat, it won't be as easy of a series as we've keep trying to predict with them. But I think they can possibly get out the East. You definitely got Boston to worry about. You definitely got the Heat to worry about. And you're absolutely right. There's a lot to figure out what's going on with those 76ers. Every other team out the East, I think, we could all say may have a chance, but we know the truth here. It's probably going to be Boston or the Bucks at this point. And possibly the Heat, to surprise us all. I can't not mention the Heat at this point. Jimmy Buckets in playoff time seems to be able to will his team into the right space. But yeah, I can see him winning the championship. I think this is great for Dame. He's a very loyal player. I can't say anything but good things about Dame, and I hope this opportunity pans out well for him. I think a lot of times we see the big superstar pair with another superstar, and it becomes rough beginnings. But I hope they can get in there, have a really good season, and accomplish their ultimate goal, which is win the championship. I'd definitely be rooting for Dame to get a championship.
Yeah, thanks. Now I finally found a breakdown because I'm trying to go off memory and shit. So it's a 3-team deal. Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara, a 2029 unprotected Milwaukee first pick, and an unprotected Milwaukee pick for the swap rights in 2028 and 2030 to the Blazers. Phoenix they landed Keon Johnson, Nazir Little, Grayson Allen, and Nurkic, which was some good pickups for them to help kind of fill out their bench, even though they was losing DeAndre. I feel like they're going to start Bobo anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Bobo is a good player. They probably going to start him. If not, they're going to go ahead and throw Nurkic in there. But I feel like Bobo going to get some minutes. But yeah, one big question is they said that, since the Blazers are rebuilding, they're trying to get rid of Drew Holiday. So they've been saying they're shopping him around. So, because he in a way like they point guard Scoot and what's my other boy name? The light skinned boy with the fro. I forgot his name. Simons. So yeah. Let me see. Hold on. I got a text. FMF Grizz is in the chat. Look at this. Look, bro, I told you, call in. Call in so you can debate. Talking about Celtics Bucks Eastern Conference Finals or Knicks Bucks. First of all, Knicks, you think the Knicks Celtics? But I'm just being biased. I love my Knicks. I think, yeah, you being biased. Sleeper. If we get good by trade deadline. Yeah, trade deadline. Drew got traded to the Celtics. Oh, Drew did get traded to the Celtics. True. That is true. I did see that. Bet. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be Bucks Celtics. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a crazy lineup. Drew gotta play them multiple times a year. But yeah, it's gonna be even better this year. I feel like the Lakers, they teed up, they went ahead and they got some people. The Suns got teed up. You know what I'm saying? The Bucks, it's gonna be a good season. If the Clippers play, if they got that rule now about the resting your players now, so we might see Kawhi and Paul George really play some games this year. It might be a good season this year. Might be a good season. I'm excited.
I'm excited. And who's that coming out the West?
Coming out the West, I'm gonna be honest. As good as as much as the Lakers have done adding to their roster, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see them coming out the West over the Nuggets or over the Warriors. Like the Warriors still got their dynasty players. Like I can't really really see. Well, I'll take that back because they did beat the Warriors last year. It'll be a good series, but
Who would you rather see get a ring this year, Chris Paul or Damian Lillard?
Chris Paul. I like Dame, but Chris Paul from NC, I'm gonna always put NC first. So, and Chris Paul,
I just with Golden State in these next 2 years.
You said what?
You think you can get a ring with Golden State in these next couple of years?
Not with Golden State, man. I still think that was a bad trade. Like, what the fuck is he gonna do there, man? They don't need him. He now to come off the bench as slow your offense down type of player. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he gonna do. He gonna slow the pace down. So that's why
the second interception of the night. This game is looking like it's close to being over.
Yeah. So that's why they're gonna be like, man, we're gonna have to bring you off the bench, but I don't know. I think he got something to offer to somebody else, though. But I just ain't like that trade. I just want to see Chris get one so he can finally go, man. So he can finally leave and be a part of the club. But, it don't happen for everybody. So sometimes you got to sell out to get that ring.
Yeah.
But, yeah. FMF Grid said Melo ain't get one and Chris Paul ain't get one. You stupid. But yeah, we gonna get to these two.
So LeBron and the Wade, the only ones to get one from the banana boat.
Look, for real, I think Chris Paul gonna play until he get one. He gonna be like Gary Payton ass.
Gary Payton got one, did he? He did, yeah.
Yeah, with the Heat.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I'm saying. He gonna be like Gary Payton ass.
Malone never got his. He tried to go.
Y'all let Walker run on y'all like that. Yeah, this thing is looking nasty.
Houses.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. The Giants don't look too great this season. It looks like it's going to be a race between Philly and Dallas in the NFC East.
I don't know about a race, I think Philly gonna pull that one out. But
But we gotta play each other. We gotta play head to head. So we
yeah,
don't know our destiny until we get more than 2 games behind us. So
yeah, we don't worry about that. We got a running game and we got a passing game. We don't worry about that.
we gotta
But
go through against some commanders. But that's another story for another day.
yeah, just like my boy Connor ran all over y'all last, and y'all talking about it was just a bad day. Yeah. Well, y'all gonna have another bad day against my boy DeAndre. So you know what I'm saying? What's your bet predict your betting AI predict on that?
It ain't up and ready yet. I'll come back to the show and let everybody know what's happening.
Okay, okay. But yeah, just so y'all know, today's episode was sponsored by FMF. We are part of FMF Radio, so make sure y'all tap in, you know what I mean, to FMF Radio, show love to the family. And we also sponsored by the Selfie Spot out of Richmond, Virginia. So we appreciate that as well. And y'all make sure y'all follow them. The Selfie Spot is
Something about RPA.
yep.
Richmond, Virginia. So Selfie Spot RVA.
Yep. And
Shout out, I got the locks. We are the leader in sports handicapping.
yeah, check that out too. Right now they got the baseball joint popping, right? What's the winning percentage on the baseball for the bets?
It depends on the segment, but our home teams finish out the year here. We're right going into playoffs here, so our model actually shuts off for playoffs. But our home team top bets finish off around 82%, and our away team top bets finish off right at 76%. And so really good on those top bets. And the bets right below it did really well. Those home team second tier bets finish off around 73% this year. So yeah, really good year for the baseball model. Looking forward to coming back in March here. The playoffs work a little different, so we shut the playoffs down because we don't train the model on playoff data, only regular season data.
Yeah. So one more time, tell them where they can find that for the baseball for next year.
Yeah, I got the locks.com. Check us out. I got the locks on all major platforms. I got the locks.
All right. We're going to get into these two songs and we'll be right back. Appreciate y'all. All right, we back. And up next, we got our MLB segment. And I got the locks. It's just going to go over the some of the MLB playoffs. And, we're going to do some predictions on what we think, and we're gonna rock it out like that. So what you got?
All right, so it's the beginning. Y'all think I'm echoing?
You sound clear over here.
All right. So it's the beginning of October. So we got the playoffs going on over here. First, we got the wild card round. We got Texas versus Tampa Bay. How did the Rangers even get here? One of the hottest starts in baseball. It's crazy that they're here. We got Texas versus Tampa Bay. We also got Toronto at Minnesota, Minneapolis. We got Miami at Philly. And we got the Diamondbacks, Arizona at the Brewers. So that's our first round, our wild card round. We can go through real quick and give out our picks. But, I'll tell you, the Rangers started off this season amazingly hot. They were looking really good. Wow. I remember the model. We rolled with the Rangers for a stint of games, and they just cashed every bet. I can't remember how many games in a row, but it was a substantial amount. So I remember when the Rays was just rolling, they were really hot. They went.
Thank you. Oh no, yeah, your connection went out for a second. But anyway, we was talking about the Rangers and the Rays and who we thought we was going to win the wild card game or series. And he was just basically saying how the Rangers started off the season really hot, and we were probably gonna go with the Rangers for this wild card series. I know I am. Before he went out, you're MLB person, but I think here we go. All right, you in here, bro? Just it looked like you in here. Let's try this thing.
Yeah, I think I'm back now. I don't know what happened, man. Where'd I drop off at?
The Rangers were really hot. The Yamato had the Rangers going, and it cashed out.
Yeah, the cash out, man. We hit several games in a row with the Rangers. Then they kind of fell off in the middle of the towards the end of the season. You saw them kind of fight here to get back into to get into the playoff spot. Seattle ended up falling out of that playoff spot, and they really tried to fight it in the season, but they're not here. I got to be honest, just depending on just coming out how the Rangers started off hot, ended up not so hot. I got to take the Rays on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to Rangers too.
Well, I said the Rays. I got Tampa Bay.
Oh, I'm going with the Rangers.
Next up, we got Toronto in Minnesota. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of either the Blue Jays or the Twins this season. They haven't played well when I needed them to play well, is what I'm saying. With that being said, I'm going to take the Blue Jays. I think they're the better all-around team. I like the Blue Jays.
I go with the Blue Jays as well. I haven't seen not one Blue Jays or Twins game, but I'm going to go with the Blue Jays.
But you just like the mascot, huh?
No, I just, just from when I used to watch them, you know what I'm saying, from past seasons watching them, I kind of like the Blue Jays over the Twins. I seen more Blue Jays games like in the past years than I have Twins games. So I'm not really hip to the Twins. So I'm gonna go with the Blue Jays.
We got Miami at Philly. Miami got in there. I'm still wondering how. And we got Philly, who really has some firepower there. I'm definitely going to go with Philly. I think Philly wins this season, this series easily. I actually think they go ahead and get the sweep in 2 games. So I'm going with Philly here. With the Phillies.
I'm gonna go with Philly too. I like Bryce. I like the shortstop Stott. I'm gonna go with Philly for real. Alvarado, he pretty good. I'm gonna go with Philly.
And last up, we got the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. So for Diamondbacks and the Brewers, I think this is going to be a tough series. I think it's going to come down to 3 games. I think you gotta take the Diamondbacks. And so we're going to see what happens here. I think this is a toss-up series. I don't know what's really going to happen. I think it's going to come down to 3 games, and we'll have to talk about it when we get down to Game 3. But at this point, I'm gonna go with the Diamondbacks. I think they can get out of this series, but we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Brewers on this one.
So while we're talking baseball, who do you have for winning the World Series?
My Yankees not even in the conversation. But if I had to pick anybody to win the World Series, I would probably go with the Dodgers or the Astros. The Dodgers or the Astros. I don't really like the Astros because of the cheating scandal, and I really like Mookie Betts, my guy. So, you know what I'm saying? I would go with the Dodgers.
Yeah, I like the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are a good pick. They've played well this season. We'll see who gets out between the Dodgers and the Braves because I think they're both going to get down there to the conference finals. I don't know that it can happen, but I love a good underdog story. I'm gonna go with the Orioles for the World Series this year. Man, they came out. No one predicted the Orioles to be who they are this year. They've really shown out. They've won quite a few games this year. I believe 90 plus. I don't know what they ended up in final record was, but yeah, the Orioles have really impressed me this year. So I got them going ahead and just kind of finishing the job. They've surprised the world. I did live in Baltimore for a second, and in that moment, they were terrible. So yeah, I would love to see the Orioles come out and get the victory and win the World Series this year. Realistically, I think the Braves got the best chance. They just look unstoppable right now. But I would love to see the Orioles do it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. The Dodgers gonna get their stuff together. I know they've been looking. At least my boy Mookie ain't been looking too good on my bets, but I think they're gonna get it together. But all right, that's what we got for the MLB segment. Appreciate that. We're gonna do 2 more songs and we be right back. We're gonna just do a little bit of WNBA. We're gonna do the recent news and be up out of here. All right, we back. So here we go with a little bit of WNBA. So for those of y'all who follow, I know some of y'all don't, but for y'all who don't, we need to start kind of getting into the sport, to at least kind of support the sport, however we got to. But they had the WNBA semifinals, and was basically the New York Liberty versus the Connecticut Sun, and the Las Vegas Aces versus the Dallas Wings. And of course, the Aces had too much firepower, and they basically swept the Dallas Wings on their way to the finals, which will be coming up on Sunday. Their first game is Sunday, October the 8th at 3 p.m. I know that's football Sunday, but if y'all got all them screens, just put one screen on it for the WNBA if you can. Give them some love. Also, the Connecticut Sun versus the Liberty. The Sun came out hot. They came out looking good the first game, won by 15. They beat the Liberty by 15. And of course, the Liberty got Sabrina Ionescu. I apologize. I can't really get the name down. They got Brianna Stewart. They got Brenija Lamey. They got Jonquel Jones. She tall. She 6'6". They got Han Zhu. I guess that's how you say her name. She 6'9". She pretty good. They got Courtney Vandersloot. Y'all know she pretty good as well. Can shoot. But the Sun, they got Alyssa Thomas. They got Dewana Bonner. Alyssa Thomas been balling. She been one of the MVP candidates. But her and Dewana Bonner, I found out, are engaged and supposed to be getting married. And Brianna Jones, she's pretty good. Dejanay Carrington, all of them pretty good. But unfortunately, they won that first game, and then they lost the next 3. And the Liberty ended up moving on 3-1. And they will face the Las Vegas Aces. So they got like I said, Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, all those players, Jonquel Jones, all that. But the Las Vegas Aces, like I said, they got a lot of firepower themselves. They got Asia Wilson, you know what I'm saying? They got Kelsey Plum, they got Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Alyssa Clark. You know what I'm saying? So they got some real good players on their squad. Candace Parker. I don't know what's going on with Candace, but they really got a nice little squad going. So it's gonna be tough. Like I said, their first game is Sunday, October the 8th. And if y'all can, put one of them screens on the WNBA, show them some love, get them some ratings. It's gonna be a good series because they got the top dogs facing each other in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all tap in. We're gonna get into two songs and we'll be right back with the with some recent news. All right, so yeah, my Brody that was in here, I don't know what's going on. It won't let me accept this call, Ampton right now. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of things before we get back into some music and dip out. Um, so the NFL had announced that Usher gonna headline the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I mean, Usher always a good performance. Um, I don't know if y'all wanted to hear some rap music or some R&B music for the Super Bowl, but we used to hearing like all kind of stuff, Latin music, pop music. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it'll be something different. We had Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it'll be something different. Also in the news, one other thing that I wanted to touch on was that James Harden. He had a party. Had the club holding up Daryl Morey as a liar signs at the party, which was wild. So I don't know if they're gonna keep finding him for that, or I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Look like he's trying to call in. Let me try one more time. All right. Nope. I don't know, bro. It ain't. I'm trying to invite you in, but it ain't accepting it. Like I said, you must be on a droid or something. I know it won't let it in if it's a droid. Souls, what's happening, Brody? Appreciate you stopping through. Uh, and yeah. Okay, here you go. All right, bro. Just unmute your mic. Yeah. That was basically it. I was trying to get him in there so he can comment on it, but I don't know. Oh, and the Shannon Sharp joint, if y'all haven't seen it, if y'all get a chance, check out that Shannon Sharp interview he did with Brittany Renner, and her talking about her body count being 35, all kind of crazy shit like that. And it was wild just seeing Shannon Sharp like face when she was saying all of the crazy shit. But yeah, I appreciate I got the locks for stopping through, filling in for Big Goat for me. How we usually do on our shows. We're gonna end it out with two songs. I appreciate everybody for stopping through, showing some love, throwing some hearts in there. Like I said, shoot us a follow. We shoot one right back. Everybody in the chat, show each other love if y'all still in here. But like I said, come back on Mondays, 10 p.m., Fridays, 10 p.m. We're thinking about doing the show a little earlier since it's a sports debate show. Niggas don't be wanting to hear debate shows at night. You know what I'm saying? They kind of want to hear it during the day while they doing shit. So we're probably going to switch the time. But for now, y'all check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, Podcasts, anywhere you hear podcasts in the meantime. Like I said, thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Let's start it off with let's end it with some Icewear Vizo and then some Young Dolph. Rest in peace to the boy. That's my favorite Young Dolph song. Next time y'all riding through the city, through the lights, it's late night, just throw that on one time and just ride. You know what I'm saying? And just vibe. And rest in peace to Young Dolph. We closing out. Shouts out to Big Goat. Like I said, he had a family emergency. He couldn't be here, but shouts out to him. This Ballgame Banter, episode 17, Dame to the Bucks. Oh my gosh. Shouts out to I Got the Locks. and appreciate you stopping through, filling in, and doing the MLB talk. Like I said, I don't really, watch too much MLB. I catch it when it ain't no football games on, then I watch it in between time. But
I don't watch it either, man. I'm degenerate though, so but it ain't nothing else. I got to keep it going. I'm excited to be in football season, nonetheless.
facts. Any shout outs you want to do before we close this off?
Man, shout out to the whole movement, man. Thank you for inviting me. I look forward to coming back. Looking forward for the growth. I'm here. I appreciate it. Salute to you and everything that's going on here in the show.
All right, no doubt. Like I said, check out I Got the Locks on everywhere. I got the locks.com, right?
I got the locks.com. Yeah. I got the locks. Yeah, spell it all the way out, man. Look, it's what you need, man. Sports analytics advice.
Right. Also, shout out to our sponsors, FMF Radio, Selfie Spot. One more time, drop that IG for us.
Selfie Spot RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Selfie Spot RVA. If you're ever in Richmond, Virginia, stop by, check us out. We got a wonderful museum here, open for private bookings and to the public from Thursday to Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Thanks. And like I said, I appreciate everybody that stopped through. We usually we know we do our show late. But we appreciate everybody that go on Apple Podcasts and listen to the playback and show us some love on there. You know what I'm saying? I get the stats. And so, you know what I'm saying, our playback stats is looking okay. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that's doing that. Or if you're on Spotify give me the stats late and we just got on there, so I can't really see it. But if you're on there, we appreciate it. And appreciate y'all listening to the playbacks. Appreciate everybody. One love, man. Y'all have a good night.